Good evening, folks, and welcome back to Hawthorns Curry Kitchen. It's Thursday night, so I'm back cooking a curry. Tonight I'm going to do a classic Goan dish, a Shikar Vindaloo, partly because my son Brett has been complaining that I haven't been cooking anything he likes, apparently. Sorry, Brett, here's one I know you liked as a kid growing up. It's a hot, sharp, classic pork curry from Goa, and to accompany it I'm going to do a Gobi Ambat, which is a cauliflower dish with cashew nuts and coconut milk. So I'll fire away. First of all, the Shikar Vindaloo. Firstly, the ingredients. We've got 2 onions, 6 cloves of garlic, 2 inches of ginger chopped, 4 fresh green chilies. This is for around about 1.5 kilos of meat. The spice mix is ground cardamom, ground chili, ground cloves, a little bit of nutmeg, some dried red chilies, and 2 tablespoons of cumin powder. So that's the main spice ingredients. So I'll start off by putting in the onions, garlic, chili and ginger. Give that a little stir. Well, I hope you're all coping all right with the lockdown. It's dragging on a bit now, I must admit, but it's better safe than sorry. So, you know, stay at home, keep safe, and soon enough we'll be back cooking for you here at Hawthorns. So can't complain with the weather though, can we? It's been beautiful, so plenty of time to sit out in the garden and contemplate bits and pieces, but hopefully we'll be back fighting fit soon enough. So I've shredded down the onions and the garlic there, to which now I will put the meat. And I'll add in now that spice mix. Vindaloo is, as you know, a very hot curry, but it's tempered with a little bit of wine vinegar or cider vinegar, so the acid takes the sting out of it, so you should have all those flavours come through. That's the difference, really, that makes this such a special dish. It's based around Portuguese cooking, as the Portuguese ruled over Goa for so many years. So that's sweating down nicely there. So now I'll start on the cauliflower ambat. So Gobi ambat is a chopped onion, 2 chopped chilies, and some cashew nuts. There's a lime and some tamarind paste. The spice mix for this is fenugreek, turmeric, black pepper, and some chili. So that's the spice mix. Very lightly spiced dish, this one. So again, I'll put the onions and the cashew nuts in to fry to start with. Just stirring up those, just adding the stock into the pork curry. I know a lot of you probably like your chicken vindaloos or lamb vindaloos, but traditionally it was a pork dish. As I said, it was a Portuguese influenced dish, and the Portuguese brought Christianity to Goa, and with that the acceptance of eating pork and as well as lamb and chicken. So just let those onions fry down a little bit for the cauliflower ambat. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm just going to put my rice on the go. So now I'll add the spices into there. Smelling great as always. The fenugreek gives a real aromatic sort of flavour to this cauliflower dish. So that's that. With the wine vinegar. So I left shop for a second. Once again, I've been left at home alone while Sandy walks the dogs. So I'm trying to do it single-handed again. Right, now the nuts and the cauliflower sauce are getting nicely infused there with the spices. So in goes the tin of coconut milk. And a little bit of water just to make up the liquor. So now I'm going to just put in the cauliflower florets into the sauce and let that cook out. I'm going to put the lid on that. But into there we need a little bit of the tamarind paste that I used before. So a teaspoon of that into there. Right, so that'll be cooking for about 15 minutes now, the cauliflower dish, and the Shikar Vindaloo will probably need about 45-50 minutes. Pork's not sort of an overly tough meat, so it doesn't require too much cooking, so a little bit under an hour. So I just run through the ingredients there. I hope you can remember it all. In the pork dish, we started off with garlic, ginger and onions with some fresh chilies. We fried that off, to which we added the meat, followed by the spice mix, which was cardamom, ground cloves, a little bit of nutmeg, ground cumin, some salt obviously, and some chili powder, and also some dried red chilies. So there's 3 sorts of chili in there: fresh green, dried red and chili powder. Then we added a little bit of water for stock. I'm cooking that down, and I'll finish that with just half a cup of wine vinegar, just to sharpen it off. And I'll put that in at the end in just the seasoning, and that's that one. The Gobi Ambat, the cauliflower Ambat, is just with onions, a couple of fresh green chilies and cashew nuts. And then to that I added a can of coconut milk with a little bit of water, a teaspoon of tamarind paste, and I'll squeeze a lime juice in at the end. So we have all those sharp flavours in there. And that is it really, with just a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of fenugreek, and some black pepper. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed your curries, and I'll see you soon. Take care, keep safe. All the best now. Cheers.